Hey everyone, it's Merlin here, and I just got back from Satsukan 2013. It's a little anime convention held up in State College here in PA, and it gave me the opportunity to view a few series that up until this point I hadn't viewed before, so I figured I'd give my first impressions on some of them. The first being Rose of Versailles. Now, I apologize for I forget which one of my subscribers requested that I do this after my Lupin the Third video a few months back. I apologize. I don't remember your name. You got buried in my inbox somewhere. I was going to give you a specific shout out, but you know who you are. I'm also going to do the Treasure Island video, by the way. But I wanted to give my first impressions on a fairly well-known, influential shoujo series that I was interested in, and after watching it initially, the first 3 episodes I think they showed, I rather enjoyed it. I'm intrigued. And I'll probably be watching more, actually. The Rose of Versailles is basically a historical drama following a young woman named Oscar. Yes, she's named Oscar. And she was essentially raised to be her father's successor to be the leader of the palace guards that protect the royal family of France during the pre-French Revolution period of the early 19th century. Now, Oscar is a pretty strong female character. She has a strong sense of justice and honor and duty. She's very proud of her family. And she's an excellent sword fighter. She really is a very strong-willed female character, but she's also very feminine. And the primary plot of the series is basically her struggling to fit in with the social class, and she's torn between all the conflicting powers between the different sects within the royal court, as well as being torn by a lot of the class struggles which ultimately leads to the French Revolution. And of course, because it is a shoujo, there are elements of her relationships with other men in the court, including her best friend Andre. It's also interesting to me that one of the primary characters of the series is Marie Antoinette. And based upon my impression from the first 3 episodes, I thought it was actually a pretty interesting series. I'll admit, if you will really have a strong interest in history, especially of that period, I think you'll like it because it's a fairly serious story. It's very mature. Even though it's a fictional account, it really takes a really strong look at the atmosphere and the culture of the time. It also has surprisingly good animation for the period. I believe it came out in the late 1970s or early 80s. And honestly, it doesn't look that jittery. It's pretty fluid animation. I was actually unsure about the period it was made when I first watched it. It took me a few moments to ascertain that. But based upon the first 3 episodes, I'll definitely be giving it a watch, and I'll probably give the full series review. But based upon those first 3 episodes, I would say it takes a really interesting look at concepts of bisexuality, as well as a lot of political struggles that actually occurred in France during the time. And yes, there are elements of romance and political intrigue, but there also is some action too if people feel too bogged down by some of the more laid-back stuff. There is some good action in there, mostly sword fights and things of that sort. But overall, I thought it was very well balanced, and I was intrigued. I actually wanted to watch more. So I'm probably going to continue to watch the series, and hopefully I'll tell you guys what I think about it later. But based upon the first 3 episodes, I'd say I'm really liking Rose of Versailles, and check it out. Absolutely. A classic shoujo. Alright guys, that's all I have to say about that. But I'll probably be talking about a much bigger series in a video in the near future, so look forward to that. Merlin out.